Yeah, one question for you. How good was Nylon Pylon?
Ah, well, that's
That'll be a question.
I know, but maybe
Oh,
I know it's his band, but
I see, right. Well, I only ever saw them once. And I liked it. I saw him I think it was, I saw you in Leeds. And yeah, it was good. It was good. And to be honest, it was so long ago, I can't really remember what you were like.
This is better. It was more of a, Nylon Pylon was more rocky, on the more rocky side of the dance stuff, where this is a bit more, poppy, dancey than that was. This is what me and Bruce added to Nylon Pylon, whereas Nylon Pylon was 4 people, wasn't it? So I like this better.
And what does she bring then now to this
She
band?
brings the most amazing drumming in the world.
Oh.
We were originally going to try and do this without a drummer, and I think it would have been the biggest mistake of our lives. It's like we've got a feeling, and it makes, she brings a lot of energy to the stage, and just sort of, does stuff that you couldn't do without having a drummer being there, and she does it the best. So
how did you meet? Because I think you were all from the Manchester scene.
Yeah, we the bass player Nathan and Danny and Bruce all worked in a music shop, and so after Nylon Pylon finished, Danny and Bruce got a job in this music shop where Nathan was working, and me and Nathan were all friends, and so Bruce asked Nathan to do bass, and then he was like, yeah, we'll just use a drum machine. And he's like, no, get me to do the drums, and so I stepped in.
So
we'd all met each other in and around Manchester through various bands, so we knew of each other and we'd sort of spoken in the past. So yeah, we weren't like complete strangers and everything, but
because you already recorded some work with Nylon Pylon.
Me and Bruce had signed a deal with Nylon Pylon and did an album that sort of never came out.
How come? It's a strange story, I think.
No, it's just
record an album and not releasing it.
We basically, as soon as we signed the deal, we disappeared and just ended up in the studios straight away recording. And we spent nearly a year and a half of messing around in studios, and by which time we'd come back out again. Everyone had forgotten about us. Nobody had heard anything for a year and a half, and the album didn't really sound the way we wanted it to, and I don't think our A&R man left the label, and the new A&R man didn't like it, and it just didn't work, and we parted company. So yeah, we did a couple of singles. I just don't think we weren't feeling it, and the label weren't feeling it, and it was just called it a day.
But did you use some work for this new band or the Whip? Or
pardon?
Did you use some work for the Whip or?
There was one song that we did as Nylon Pylon that is being used in the Whip, but then there's like all the stuff that me and Bruce started writing towards the end of Nylon Pylon that never got used. We used some of those elements and some of those ideas to sort of start the Whip going, and then we locked ourselves up for about 8-9 months just writing a load of new songs and recording a load of new songs. So as soon as we were ready to gig with these guys, we had a load of material to go with.
Okay, and then how did it go from there? You had the material, and how did it?
We played it to these guys, and we did
about 2 rehearsals.
We had two rehearsals,
yeah. Straight away.
And that was it. Just went out gigging, and we haven't stopped since.
Yeah, it was good because we just got straight on it, and we must have done maybe the first couple of months we just sort of we're just getting into it, and then after that it was just everything. All the rehearsals were sort of on the road, so there'd be a new song, and we'd just sort of learn it in the van
and in sound checks.
And then in sound checks, because it just got going really quickly. We did the first initial few gigs, and then people were just, rather than us try to find a gig, people were asking us to play, and so we didn't really have time to sort of do rehearsals.
We don't now. We hardly rehearse now. I mean, literally. One of the songs off the album that we've only just started playing, we've practiced it in sound checks, and that's it. I mean, we're on the road that much. We use sound checks as our rehearsals.
So, but is it then you could say, well, then you try your songs before a live audience, I think, and then you feed off of the audience.
We have done that in the past, yeah. Some new songs, we'll get it to a point of recording, and we'll try it on an audience. If things aren't working, we may pull it from a set and then have a little rework on it and put it back in again. So yes, you can gauge audience feedback.
Is there one song maybe that you could say, well, we tried it didn't work, and then we rearranged it?
Do you know what, I suppose now, because we just started playing again, there's one called Dub Sex. We played it last night for the first time.
Yeah.
And this is a song that
It got reworked quite a lot when
Yeah.
we recorded the album,
Yeah.
like when working with the producer and stuff.
Yeah,
So
there's two, isn't there? There's that, and there's one called Fire that's on the record as well. That it's two songs that we played earlier on that weren't quite sort of working that well. So when we took them away to the studio, we reworked them and made them sound better, and then I've started playing them all again, and now they're getting really good reactions.
But how come? What was lacking then?
Not enough balls and dirt and grit.
yeah, there was like with Throw It in the Fire. I mean, we played it and it was good and it always worked live, but it was just like it was just there was something lacking, and then it got totally reworked, and now it's just like
Yeah, but it's
lot more
like
beef.
I think that was one of the early ones that me and Bruce first started writing, and we just felt it. Since we've been gigging and doing stuff, it got left behind a little bit because we started writing new material that had a bit more behind it. So we just wanted to rework it and bring that up into line with everything else.